This woman is getting beat to death on the WNBA court, as you can see in the video here. First they hit her throat. You'll see her end up getting stomped on, for crying out loud.
You don't know to ride that wave? You don't know to be mindful and cognizant of that reality and go forward from there? You don't know that? Don't you want to make money?
But I believe this is clear racism. This woman is getting her ass kicked every night on the court. They don't like her. But can you see that she is unliked? I mean, obviously, that seems like a stupid question.
Yeah.
They were so egregious. I mean, the fist in the throat is crazy.
What you don't do is have such a disdain and a disregard for her that her coach is complaining about intentional harm being aimed in her direction.
But guys, we got to talk about the WNBA self-sabotaging. You got Caitlin Clark, who's clearly the all-star player. I guarantee you that most people prior to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark's heyday could not name even a single person from the WNBA, maybe Brittany Griner because she got arrested in Russia. But before that, anybody know her name? Does anybody even talk about Griner anymore? Of course not. But besides that, does anybody even watch the WNBA? These are ungrateful individuals. Clark came in and pretty much created this entire firestorm, gets people interested in watching. Now, all of a sudden, they're making a ton of money. They were even able to demand more pay after Clark came into the league.
WNBA announced a landmark collective bargaining agreement. It's a new salary cap that starts at $7 million. That's up from $1.5 million just last year. Supermax contracts starting at $1.4 million, escalating to $2 million and above. The average salary for WNBA players moving forward will be around $600,000. The minimum will be signed for above $300,000.
Okay. But now you have people out here continually attacking her. It's like something that's occurring on the regular basis, and the WNBA doesn't do a dang gum thing about it. And a lot of people are pissed about this and trying to basically help save the WNBA from themselves.
I mean, Caitlin Clark deserves better. Everybody knows she is the savior of the WNBA. I play 11 years basketball in NBA, and I think the review team did a terrible job because that's a direct ejection, but unfortunately they waited after the game. So when I played 11 years in NBA, you know, that has to be reviewed. And that at that moment, she needs to be kicked out immediately because that is unacceptable. That is not what sportsmanship looks like. And this is just very unacceptable.
They even had their 30th anniversary poster, this commemorative poster come out, and these dummies didn't even put Clark on it. They put Reese on it, who doesn't put butts in seats, by the way. Nobody knows where Reese is going to be in any particular day, but Clark is literally being followed because people want to see games where she plays because they want to see some good b-ball. She happens to be the all-star. There's really no other real star in the WNBA besides Clark, and I think a lot of women are jealous of that. I'm going to go ahead and react to a video where this guy breaks it down in greater detail. Colin Cowherd, let's get into it. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos, so be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
I mean, it's either incompetence or intentional. Both are embarrassing. The WNBA, they just keep driving into a wall at full speed with Caitlin Clark. They now have a commemorative poster of 30 years of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's not on it. And it's not just like an ode to the veterans that started the league. Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are on it. And Caitlin Clark's not. You guys, when she broke into the league, you moved her road games to bigger arenas to accommodate the fans. You were flying the last 6 rows of Southwest Airlines until she made such an impact, you transitioned, pivoted to private jets. And she's not on the 30-year poster. But Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are. What? I mean, recently there were TV games. Hers got double the rating of Asia Wilson, the best player in the league, the 3-time champ and the 4-time MVP. Double the rating. This is a paranoid, weird, insular league. But Kathy Engelbert, what are you doing? I mean, you're not heavily promoting her to the Olympics. I mean, you should have been totally outraged for the game. You can't put her on the 30-year poster. The officiating's awful and way too physical. Way too physical. The NBA allows physicality in the finals when the season's at the very end. But they want to keep their players healthy for the regular season and early rounds of the playoffs.
Hello.
Why hurt your content? Adam Silver in the league now. You get to the finals, that's a man's game. Wemby, good luck.
Yes, sir.
WNBA regular season is officiated like UFC. There's no eye gouging, but almost everything else. So, and she didn't have great communications with players, according to players. So last night, Caitlin Clark, there's a hand to her throat. Nothing's called. Here was Stephanie White, the Fever's head coach, on the officiating.
They were so egregious. I mean, the fist in the throat is crazy. It's crazy. It's dangerous. The landing spot, when you went to review it, and she still comes down on top of another foot, like, I don't know. Because to me, that's like a do-over on a test. How do you screw it up again?
Facts.
And it's just, when you have these things continue to happen time and time again, eventually it gets frustrating. But I thought those were just more egregious.
I've been lucky. I've worked at NBC, ESPN, and Fox. I've had great management, mostly. 35 years in this business, the one thing I look for that's a problem with management, if you let little problems fester and become big problems, or you can't solve pretty easy stuff, that's the WNBA's commissioner and the WNBA product. The officiating's horrible. Caitlin Clark's too often a target. I mean, the 30-year poster is just icing on the cake.
I mean, but I hear what he's talking about, but just look at, they keep playing this in the background. The ball ain't even over here.
Can't fix.
Look at, like, let me go back for a second. The ball is not even, that's just crazy. You think, like, okay, maybe she just fell funny. Maybe she's just getting up. How you going to use somebody's neck as a landing pad? Like, oh, it's safe right here. Like, this just looks ridiculous.
Just icing on the cake. You can't figure out a way to put your most popular player on it. If the NFL came out with a 30-year poster today to commemorate the last 30 years, and they did it a few years ago, yes, they'd have, Brady and Manning and Favre. I can guarantee you they'd have Mahomes on it.
Facts.
3 years ago. It's just like, what are we doing here? It's not that complicated.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and mention the elephant in the room. I can't remember if I mentioned this before or not, but it's because Caitlin Clark is white in a black sport. We know how things go in this country. If you had a roles reversed, so if you had, a bunch of white people like brutalizing some poor black chick, then you think that the league wouldn't do anything about it, or that they would just allow so much of this to slide? No, they would have people all over TV. They'll bust out Al Sharpton, Jamel Hill. Because Caitlin Clark is a straight white woman, because she's not some sort of raging black lesbian like most of the other chicks in the league, that's what they have against her. I guarantee you it's those two things. Straight, white. I mean, obviously you can't say because she's a woman. I think because, women in general are going to, do the guys get rowdy? Yes. But do the girls get rowdy for different reasons? Also, yes. So, like, she's got a lot of freaking catfighting that she's going to have to deal with. But it's the responsibility of the league to actually put their foot down and say, hey, we're not going to be dealing with people, attacking really anybody, much less so egregiously attacking Clark, when you already know that y'all ain't going to make no freaking lick of money. The WNBA loses money even with Clark playing. They just make more money, but they still are losing money even with Clark. She can't carry the league by herself. But the closest thing that they've gotten to making real profit has come with Clark playing. And if they ever want to increase that and become a reputable league where they could, for example, survive without living directly off of the NBA money, that's the only reason that they survive. They literally are just funded directly by the NBA, by the men. The WNBA would not exist without the NBA, period. It's factual. So if they actually wanted to survive and thrive even, you need to take care of Clark. And stop letting these freaking lesbians beat the hell out of this woman. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
You know what? I think that her teammates needs to do a better job. Other of her teammates needs to do a better job protecting her, because if she's gone, the league is going down.